Hello, my name is Simone Slater and I'm an independent Kaszazz consultant in Tasmania, and I'd like to introduce you to this fantastic little machine here, the Bellish Ezy Press. It's an A4 roller die cutting and embossing machine, and so what's great about that is that you can cut really big dies out, anything up to A4 size like these ones. Okay, and it comes with all the mats that you need. Okay, so there's 5 of them. We have our base mat, and we use that for all our cutting and embossing, and we have our embossing pad, which is B, and a floppy mat to go with it, and we have our C mat, which is for our standard paper cutting dies. We have our D mat, which is for our thick paper cutting dies, and we also have this other one, X pad, which is for all other brand dies. Now this machine is compatible with most leading dies and brands, but it's not compatible with the Caszazz Originals, the Biggs dies and Tim Holtz dies, because they're far too thick to fit through a machine. So if you're unsure, just ask your nearest consultant. Alrighty, and another thing that's great is it's portable, very lightweight and portable, so you can take it anywhere. You can store the handle in this little candy compartment up the top here, and it just goes on like that. Alright, and what I also like to do is store all my other little dies in here as well. Okay, and if you notice on the dies, it's also got some instructions on there, and it tells you what pads that you need to go with the dies. So on this one it will say thick paper die, use pad A and D, so it's really easy. Alright, and also there's instructions across the front here that also gives you handy little ideas about which pads to use, but you won't need that before long because you'll get so used to them, it'll be easy. Okay, so the plates, these come out and extend out like that, and we also have a little lever down here which helps it suction to the table so that it doesn't move. Alright, so then we're ready to use it. Okay, the colour I'm going to show you today is this one, using a die out of our envelope range, which is this one here for the bottom. And then after that I'm going to show you how to make these gorgeous calla lily flowers. And I come up with these flowers, I was just surfing the net and looking at all sorts of different flowers that were around, and I looked at this and I thought, yep, I could recreate that, and I came up with an idea, so I'll show you that later. To get started, what we need to do is create that border. So it says on our die to use thick paper die using pad A and pad D. Okay, so we'll pop that down there like that. Get our yellow piece of cardstock, textured side down. Now the reason why we'll put it textured side down is because our mats do have impressions on them after they've been cut into, and that's quite normal, but if we would have the textured side up and put that down, that impression would go on the side that we want to see, and we don't want that. So if it's textured side down, we can't go wrong. So we just line that up between scallops, fairly even. Pop our pad on. Now I'm going to wind it through. I'm going to reverse it back up and wind it through again, because it's an intricate design, just to make sure that that cuts through really nicely. So you can just give that a little push to get most of those out, and any others that don't come out quite so readily, just get your tweezers or anything else that's sharp and just pop them all out like that. There you go. Alright, next I would just like to edge around it, and I'm going to use Pill Paint Distress ink just to give it a little bit of depth, and an ink blending tool. Alright, so just dab that in there, just go around the edges like that. just giving it a little bit of depth. And then while we've got the ink out, I'd like to just stamp my little sentiment on there. So make sure he's up the right way. And again, just edge around that with my sponging tool. Okay, there we go. Right, put that away. Now, that little bit in the middle, that green bit's distressed along the edges, and we do that with a distressing tool. So we'll just do that now. This is our little paper distressing tool with our blades down here. You can choose any one, they're all the same. Right, there you go. So what we'll do is just super tape that to our yellow piece using some super tape. Too. That to our base card. I've just folded a piece of card in half and scored it. Right, and that's it so far. Now to do the flowers. Okay, we'll just get a piece of scrap paper up here. Now I'll pop the card up here so you can see it. Now what we're going to use, the centres of our flowers are made out of skewers, okay, and all we're going to do is cut a length off a piece of skewer, about the length that you need. And then on the tops of our flowers it's nice and round, so all you need is a bit of sanding paper, or I've just used a nail file just to file up around there to make it nice and round. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Now what we do is the bottom's green and the top bit's yellow, and what I've used is canary pigment ink because it's nice and rich and yellow on the top part, about a third of the top, and then the rest in lettuce paint dabber. But you could use pigment for both or paint dabbers for both, it doesn't really matter as long as you get the general colour. So you just ink up like that. I don't know, you probably can't see that very well, but then you normally just do all three. I'm just going to show you one flower because you don't need to see all three made, but yeah, you would generally let that dry, but I'm just going to hold it there so I can show you what to do for the next bit. So with a paint dabber you just paint all the way around it, the other 2/3, and basically that's your stamen. Now that's really wet, so I've created one earlier that's now dry. Okay, there it is. Alright, now the next bit is the flower. So what you need is a little bit of white cardstock. Punch. So you're just going to punch out a square. And then out of two corners you're going to use the circle punch. The corner rounder. Alright, just to take the corners off. Just pop it in there like that. And I use my punches upside down so I can see what I'm doing all the time, no matter what it is. So then we end up with a shape like that. And then what I like to do is just give it a little bit of colour, and I'm going to use mustard seed distress ink and a blending tool just to give it a bit of colour for down the bottom here, and I'll put some on the back as well so you can see that on the flower. And so just very gently starting off your cardstock and then working gradually your way on. Of course these flowers do come in like different colours, so you could have a look on the net and see what colour ranges there are and have a play with different ones. And that's it. Right, so that's all I've done. The yellow on both sides. Now the next thing you're going to do is just get your skewer or anything thin, or you can just fold it and just wrap it around like that just to give it the general shape. Cutting off a little bit at the bottom, just in a little circular. I'll just show you when I've done it. There, like that. And then popping your skewer back, fold it round. And just sort of give it a bit of shape like that. Okay. So then what you need to do is get a little bit of glossy accents. Now I'll put a needle through this because the glue gets stuck in it sometimes, just to release a bit of dry glue. And I'm a bit naughty, I didn't put my lid on either, which doesn't help. Okay. Alright, now put a bit across the bottom. And because it is going to get wrapped around a skewer, it won't set so quickly and you'll be holding it for a little while. So what I like to do is just wrap it around like that, and then get my tweezers and just pop that on the end there, basically so it holds it in place, and then you can play with the shape of it after. But basically that's what it looks like. And then of course all you do is make 3 of them, and just, I have actually just put a little bit of glue and glued the little petals there together just to keep them nice and solid while I'm trying to tie a little bow around them, because they can be a bit fiddly trying to tie all 3 together otherwise. And then just magic mounted a piece just underneath there. That way you can put it down, they sit nice and straight and firm for you, then you can wrap your ribbon around it, and then you have your finished card. If you would like to purchase any of the products seen today or just have some inquiries, you can go to the website at www.kaszazz.com, or you can contact them on 1800 649 191, or alternatively you can go to my blog at www.simoneKaszazzconsultant.blogspot.com, and I'll be only too happy to answer any questions, and you can contact me through there. Thank you so much for watching my video.